Hello, this is Jessie Stevens with The Oily Life, and this is how I oil. I am going to be making dishwasher detergent. I made this once before, and I'm doing small batches because I'm trying to get a recipe that I absolutely love. The last time I made this, I did love it. It cleans and leaves glasses and silverware very sparkly and shiny. However, I am not a scrubber. I have 4 children and a husband in this house, and sometimes the dishes are like super stacked, and I'm not gonna scrub dishes to load the dishwasher. So I was looking at some recipes for DIY dish soaps, and there was a couple of them. I knew what was missing was an enzyme, because that's what gets on your stuff and eats the food that's left over. And so I saw that there were some recommendations for some enzymes that people can buy on Amazon. And I was like, okay, well, but first I'm going to try that because I happen to have some enzymes because I got these for free. This is Essential Zymes 4. And I got them with my ER order 1 month for free. And I use them when I can remember. Anyway, I was looking at the package, and there are 2 pills that you take X number of times a day, both of them, and they're time release and whatever. And so on the box there is the yellow pill, which is the enzymes, and the white pill, which is bee pollen and the oils, ginger, fennel, tarragon, anise, and lemongrass. So I don't really need the white pills, but I'm going to try the yellow pills in this recipe and see if these enzymes are enough to make this all natural, chemical-free or toxin-free dishwasher detergent that leaves me not having to scrub dishes, because that would be awesome. So the basic recipe is the same. I am using super washing soda, 1 cup. Just dump it in this big bowl right here. Citric acid. The super washing soda softens water and is really good for cleaning and degreasing. The citric acid boosts the super washing soda and helps remove stains such as tea and coffee and stuff like that. And I used a 1/2 cup of that and a 1/4 cup of salt. So I've got that in this big bowl right here. I don't need to use an enormous bowl, but I want to make sure and stir it up pretty good. And the citric acid has like a sweet smell to it. I don't mind it, but alright, so anyway, I am going to use 4, I've already taken them out of little bubble packages. Let me see if I can show you that. 4 of these capsules with the enzymes. I'm just going to open them up and dump it in here and then get rid of these capsules. I'm going to do 4, and I will test this recipe for a few weeks like I did the last one and see if I want to make any tweaks. 2. Yeah, I'm just pulling these apart. Pull it this way. Okay, it comes apart like that. Oh, I lost a little bit. And then I'm just dumping it into this big bowl. That's mainly why I'm using the big bowl, so that I can stir this stuff up. I really loved the way that the dishwasher detergent smelled, because when you're running your dishwasher at the end when it's really hot and it's like drying the dishes, how if you're using commercial tabs you can smell it, right? And what you're not smelling is chemicals. Hooray! And I said it in my last video, and I'm going to say it again because you may not watch the last video, and I may not even keep it since I'm not keeping that formulation of dishwasher detergent. But what you're smelling is not a nothing. That smell that gets into your nose that your brain recognizes comes from a molecule. So it's not a nothing, it's a something, and you're smelling it. And when you smell it, guess what? It gets into your bloodstream. So I am a work in progress at removing chemicals, and I'm doing it a little bit at a time. And I'm happy with the way these Young Living oils work. So I've got tea tree, which is antibacterial and antifungal and a super good cleaning agent. I'm gonna use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I know that might seem like a lot, but this, if you remember, is 1 cup of soda, half a cup of citric acid, and 1/4 cup of salt. And so when you mix this all together, it's almost 2 cups of stuff. That was, I think I used 12 and I should have used 10. I'm going to use 12 lemongrass. Super good degreaser. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And it helps cover up the smell of the tea tree oil, because everybody's like, you know, when they talk about essential oils, when they don't know what they're talking about, they're like, oh, I love tea tree oil. No, you don't. No, you don't. Nobody loves tea tree oil because it does not smell lovely. But it is amazing. I use it in my deodorant that I DIY because, you know, kicking toxins out, like I said, a little bit at a time. And I'm adding grapefruit because citrus oils are inexpensive and they are good cleaners, and you're using an oil to degrease. I know that is counterintuitive, but it works. I've already tested it. I am changing this recipe slightly, but it works, trust me. And the grapefruit is a super sweet smell, and I love it. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 16. I should write these things down, because every time I make these recipes, they're ever so slightly different. But you know what? That's one of the things, like with essential oils, that I'm loving with the DIYs, because, you know, this is how I oil. I oil a little bit like I cook. Now, when I bake, I measure everything exactly, but when I cook, there's a little flex in there. And I feel like I can be a little flexible with the oils. Not too flexible, because, you know, 1 or 2 extra drops in a big batch of something. Oh, I never finished that thought. So you got about 2 cups of stuff. And this is what I keep under my kitchen sink. This mason jar is huge. And when I put this almost 2 cups of stuff in here, there's still room for me to store the scoop in here, which is a tablespoon, which is what I use in the wash. So anyway, I've got this all mixed up here, and I'm going to pour it into my mason jar. I'm going to use a little funnel here out of a piece of paper, because the mouth of this is very wide, and I've got this powdery substance, so I'm just sticking this in there like that. If I move back a little bit, you'll be able to see me do this. So I may have also yet again left another incomplete thought. I can tell that this is different because it's got a yellow tint to it, but it smells the same to me for the most part. So I'm going to pour this into this mason jar, and then it's going to be done. And since 1 tablespoon is all you use, this is about 2 cups. I don't know, maybe somebody can tell me how many tablespoons is in 2 cups. Or if we want to be exact, how many tablespoons is in 1 3/4 cups. And then we will know how many loads this makes. You know what? I probably should just do the math, because I'm holding this bowl backwards so that y'all can't see through the bowl. But anyway, maybe I should do the math so we know exactly how much we're paying for this non-toxic dishwasher detergent. I don't even know if this video has good sound or not. So anyway, okay. So there's like a little bit of residue in this bowl. So I'm a giant bowl. So I'm going to set it in my sink, and I have a few dishes right here next to the sink. So I'll probably put some hot water in that and just put those in there and scrub them up. That way I'm not wasting anything. So I know this might seem like too big of a jar, but I like being able to store the scoop inside, so I'm not like digging around for something. So when I do a load, I just take a scoop and I tap it so that it's pretty level, and I just dump that right into the dishwasher detergent reservoir. And I've read a couple of things I read said that if you've got some super hard water, you might want to try adding some vinegar to the rinse cycle by putting a little bowl of vinegar on the top rack and it'll, you know, do some things. But apparently the vinegar can lessen the efficacy of the superwashing soda. So honestly, in Slidell, Louisiana, hey y'all, I have not had a problem. My dishes have come out all sparkly and clean and not greasy. So I'm going to go with this recipe and test it out and let you know how it goes. A couple of other additives that I've read in these is that some people add 1/4 to 1/2 cup of grated Castile soap, so it's dry when it goes in. But I'm not sure it's necessary for me. And because there's some surfactants and soap, you know, foams up a little bit, and that can be not good for your dishwasher. So I haven't needed it thus far, but I needed a little something to help get some food off because, like I said, I'm not a scrubber. So there we go. We got homemade dishwasher detergent. Now I'm going to load up my dishwasher and start it and go to bed. Good night, y'all.